there, my name's Tess from Fashion Design Central, and in this video I'm going to share some useful tips and tricks for using our Adobe Illustrator brushes for fashion design. This collection of brushes shown here is available in our Mega Bundle download, which includes over 500 useful assets and tools for fashion designers. When you first download the file and open it in Illustrator, you will see this exact artboard layout. I prefer to open up this file every time I want to use some of the brushes because it gives me a really good bird's eye view of what's available for my design. If you prefer to permanently save all of these brushes right into your Illustrator library, that way you don't have to open it every single time you want to use a brush, you can do so by going to your brush panel. I'm going to drag it out here so it's easier to see. Select the very first brush, scroll right down to the bottom, hold Shift, and select the last brush. Now I'm going to hit this little menu and hit Save Brush Library. I'm going to call this Fashion Flats Brushes and hit Save. Now, next time I come into Illustrator, I can go into my brush library by accessing this little menu, Open Brush Library, User Defined, and I'll find it in here. So for the purposes of this video, I'm going to use a very simple tank dress design here and demonstrate how I would apply some of the brushes to this design to elevate it. So back in my original file here, I'm going to copy and paste the brushes I want to use. Again, this is my preferred method, but you can just open the library in your actual design file and select the brushes from your brush window. So for this design, I'm going to grab a smocking brush to add to the waist. Copy that, paste it in here. Right when I paste it into my design file, I can hit delete as I no longer need it, as it will appear in my brush window automatically. Heading back over here, I'm going to choose another brush, maybe a ruffle, to add to the hemline of the dress. Paste it in, delete it, I've got it over here. And then let's add maybe a lace trim to the sleeves or armholes of this design. Paste it in, delete it. So now I have my three brushes ready to use here, and again, this is the way I like to work, but I could load my full library by going Open Brush Library, User Defined, and selecting it here. So firstly, I'm going to add a lace trim into the armhole of this dress. So to do that, I'm going to draw a line in the armhole shape. Then I'm going to select that line and select the brush I want to apply. By default, it will go to 1 pixel. We're going to bring this down to a suitable size. That looks good to me. Now I'm going to send that to the back so it looks like it's coming from underneath the seam. And then I can fine tune the length to make sure it looks accurate and the shape as needed. Perfect. Now I need this for the other armhole. I'm going to select the line, copy, paste, right click, transform, reflect, and it will reflect that shape for me. Now you'll notice this brush is an example of a brush that has a directional design. So we need to flip this so that the lace trim is on the outer edge and not facing inwards towards the armhole. So to do that, I find the easiest method is simply to duplicate the brush and flip it. So then you have the option for both. So in the brush panel, if you select the brush type, go into Duplicate Brush, then you'll want to double click on that new duplicated brush, and in here you'll be able to flip along or flip across to see which will create that correct orientation. I'm going to hit OK, and I'm going to apply it to the strokes because I have this stroke selected, and send that to the back, and now I'm good to go. And I can use this over and over again as I now have two different orientations of this brush. Next, I'm going to add smocking along the waist. So to do that, I'm going to just draw a line across the waist. Bring this up to a 1 point. Okay, now I'm going to select my smocking brush, and again, it will default to 1 pixel, but let's bring it down to maybe here. That looks good to me. Now I can zoom in and I can adjust the handles as needed to fit my design. Perfect. Now, this brush here is an example of a brush that has a white fill. So what I mean by that is it has white inside of it. So if you zoom in here, you'll notice that that white fill is going over top of my outline. If I want to keep this as a black and white illustration and I don't need to fill this in with any other color, what I recommend doing to make it work seamlessly with the outline of your design is simply going into transparency and selecting multiply. So now you can't see that white fill. Great. Now I'd like to add a ruffle trim to the bottom, so I'm going to draw a line across, like shown. Select that line and select my ruffle brush. I'm going to size that down a little bit, send it to the back. Looks good. You'll notice that these brushes have no end cap to them, and this is because they are an open-end brush. You will want to just complete the end as shown so it all flows perfectly into your design. Great. Now I will show you how to recolor the brushes if you want to add color into your design and not leave it as a black and white technical. By default, all of the brushes in the package are colored with a black stroke. So if you look here, you can see black stroke all the way down. To recolor the brushes, simply change the stroke color. Let's say we want to make this purple. Let's say we want to make this green. Simple. When you get to a brush like this one here, which has a white fill, things are a little bit different. So I'll drag it off so you can see what I mean by white fill again. If I select this and I change the stroke color to purple, it changes the stroke to purple, but the fill is still white. Let's say I wanted the fill actually to be purple. So in order to do that, I need to select the brush and double click on it in the brush panel to open the settings. In here, all I need to do is change the method to hue shift. Then I can hit OK, apply to strokes, and now I've colored the white space in with the purple color. And again, you can update the color by changing the stroke. This final example here, let's color it purple, looks good, but let's say I wanted the pattern of the leaves to alternate in color. I didn't want them all to be purple. So I'll show you how to edit the actual artwork of the brush to create your own version. So to do that, I'm going to select the brush. I'm going to hover over the brush in the brush panel, click and drag into my main workspace. I'm then going to move these down and zoom in. You can delete the first one and the last one. We want to work with just the primary artwork. If I highlight this, you'll see there's a box around it. I want to get rid of that box. So I'm left with just the artwork. Now I can zoom in close and I can change all of the colors however I'd like. So let's just create something a little different, like so. Perfect. So let's say this is the actual coloring that I'd like for the brush instead of the one tone color. So all I need to do now is highlight this new brush, go into my brush panel, click on the menu, hit new brush, select pattern brush, hit OK. Now you can see the preview here, and I'm going to just say recolored flower brush. Okay, I'm going to hit OK. Now I have the brush set up ready to use. However, I'm going to check one more thing to make sure that the spacing is correct. So I'm going to go back into the original brush and take a look at the percentage here. I had this brush set at 10% for spacing. So if I go into my new brush, let's copy that. And you'll see how it adjusted slightly to provide a little bit more space between each flower. You can adjust this to any size you'd like, but this is how you can create a direct copy of the original brush with your own colors. Hit OK. Now if I were to select this brush and select my recolored version, I have this more interesting look. So now if I want to apply those coloring settings to this design we were working on, I can select my main brush shape. I'm going to change it to a light blue. Because we already changed the settings of this brush to multiply earlier, I don't need to change anything about it. It just looks like the same fabric. I can easily select the lace trims and change them to a nice blue color. And then for my bottom portion here, I want to color this in blue. This is an example of a brush that has a white fill, you can see here. So again, I just need to double click on that brush in the brush panel and change the method of colorization to hue shift, apply to strokes, and then change this black to whatever blue color I'd like. Let's do right there. Perfect. So now this is fully colored and the brushes are optimized to this design. So with any of the brushes in our original package here, you can recolor, resize, add in new colors as shown with the flower example. The options are really limitless. So if you have any questions or run into any hiccups while working with these brushes, always feel free to reach out to us. We're more than happy to help, and happy designing. Thank you.